Hello students, welcome to Mentor International School. Today we will study separation of materials like it's time to clean, correct? What's the what a good caption, it's time to clean. See, there are many things which are actually mixed up, like let's say your little brother or sister mixed up let's say atta and some other beans, kidney beans for example. What you will do, you will hand pick those kidney beans and separate it, or you can use a sieve also. So there are many other things that you can do and to separate object which you might be needing some time later. So this is a brief idea of what we are going to discuss: separation of substances. So for you know for purifying drinking water, alum is used. Okay, so for purifying drinking water is used. Now, why is that so? See, there are many methods actually for this, and there are many reasons also. For purifying drinking water, alum is used for, because see, I'll explain in just a second. Mhm. For coagulation of mud particles, do you know the meaning of coagulation of mud particles? See, the alum crystals that they get dissolved in the water, they form a coagulation, they form a mass of mud particles, and which settles all the mud particles at the base. Okay, that's the use of alum. The another use of alum is to kill the bacteria inside the water. Third is to remove the salts, the unwanted salts in the water. And fourth is to remove the gases if there are any present inside the water. So all these things are done by the alum crystal. Yes. And because of this, alum is widely used in water purification of water, separating good quality, pure quality of water. Correct? This is the reason alum is used. See this, alum is added, just a second. Okay, so the alum is added, coagulant, alum is added, then all the impurities, they get trapped together. Okay, because of the alum particles, these yellow particles are alum particles, they precipitate. Now precipitate means they form a thick mass and they settle down at the bottom. Okay, precipitate and trapped impurities settle at the bottom, and pure water is now on the top, and you can drink this water safely. That's how it happens. And this is our alum crystal. This. Okay, let's see. This is another method of separation that is called sieving. You know the example that I mentioned. Suppose your mom or your dad, anyone, has kept a um, atta. Okay, has kept atta in a bowl, and your sister or your brother is very naughty. What he or she did is he or she mixed some kidney beans on inside it. Okay, uh, and what you will do now? Okay, there are two methods actually. Kidney beans are large, so you can pick up in with your hand. But what if she mixed rice? Okay, if the you have a little sister or little brother and he or she is very mischievous, and they mixed up rice in the atta, what you will do now? Well, very good option is to use a sieve. Okay, so if you use a sieve, what you can do is you can just sieve it, and you will get all the atta down below, and you will get all the rice in the sieve, which is trapped because of its size. Yeah. So this sieving is a separation, is a method of separation, isn't it? That's why it's a method of separation. Then there is this cotton cloth filtration also. This is actually an Indian jugaad. Okay, cotton cloth filtration. What happens is, let's say in many filtration areas inside your house, also in your house, also in my house, also I use it. My mom uses it. What we do is a cotton cloth, a pure cotton cloth is taken, and we keep that cotton cloth on a large vessel of water to filter out all the contents that are present inside the water. What it does is uh, it acts as a very fine mesh. Okay, cotton cloth acts as a very fine mesh, and once you pour the water inside it, what will happen is all the impurities, the big impurities inside the water, if there are any like mud particles and all those would get trapped inside the cotton cloth. Okay, and the remaining water that is inside the jar or inside the vessel is pure water. Pure in the sense it is relatively very clean water. Okay, and you can drink it easily. This is the cotton cloth filtration process. Then a very big topic, wastewater treatment plant. What happens exactly here? So this is a diagram of wastewater treatment plant, and I'll tell you what happens. So in wastewater treatment plant, water is treated. Wastewater is treated to form a consumable water. Okay, to form consume the water which you can consume to not actually drink, but for all other purposes. You can actually drink it also. See this here. So if wastewater, the sewage water is first taken inside. Okay, there is this bar screen over here. This bar screen filters out big particles inside the water, like plastics and all those things. After it's filtered out, so there is a grit and sand removal tank. Okay, so here uh, the grit and sand is removed by sedimentation and decantation also. So this is done. Then there's this first sedimentation tank. This is a big tank, and the residues that are left below is a sludge, that is a solid waste. Okay, we'll come back over here later. First, we'll complete this process. Afterwards, there is this aeration tank. Aeration tank means certain bacteria are added and air is given. Okay, after which what happens is bacteria grow and they eat all those things that are present inside the water. They feed on those materials, and you can then remove the bacteria, and what will happen is they are then purified. Okay, it is purified because the bacteria inside it will feed on all the nutrients that are present in the water which are harmful for us. Okay, and you can then it goes to second sedimentation tank. Also aeration tank provides oxygen to the water, that is an essential. Then there's the second sedimentation tank, which is activated sludge, and the residue is activated sludge, and the remaining water is the clean water to the river, that is it is discarded into the river stream. Okay, so the sewage water, the initial product was the sewage water, wastewater, is now converted to river water. Okay, it is not 100% pure, but it's it's better, it's very better, its quality is better. Okay, so this activated sludge over here, first sedimentation tank over here, all these things form sludge, that is and you, if you mix them, then a manure is obtained, and this manure can further be used as a biogas fuel or many other purposes that may be required, that be used or required. So this is how wastewater treatment plant works, and it treats sewage water and discards the water to the river stream. Okay, forming activated sludge, and this sludge can again be used elsewhere. Yeah, so discuss the ways in which, see this first, we will study some notes. So alum forms clumps with the dirt present in the water, usually called flock, and settles at the bottom of the transparent container. That is coagulation. Like I mentioned in the first slide. See here, here. So coagulant added, it gets settled down below here. Okay, and the sieve removes hard pieces easily. Like I explained you, the sieve, the stones or anything, rice, for example, rice and flour, if they are mixed together, that's a classic example. Then a cotton cloth helps to remove the fine particles, that is a filtration. Okay, and there's a think time for all of you guys. Let's first discuss the ways in which you can prevent water pollution. Now, since I mentioned wastewater treatment plant, you know, there are many processes to first filter out the polluted water, and that is very time consuming process, because filter water contains many unwanted particles inside it that are byproduct of human activities, which is not good, which is not good for any of us. For all the animals that live in water, that is very bad. Okay, and let's first discuss that. So first is you need to dispose the toxic chemicals properly. Okay, the disposing of toxic chemicals, like if there are a bottle of chemical, you cannot dispose it directly inside the river stream or mainstream. You must dispose that it properly. And second is disposal of medical waste. So the medical waste, like let's say cottons or bandages that are used up, that should not be disposed in the water. Okay, it is very very harmful, very harmful for everyone. Then we must eat more organic food. Okay, then fourth is we must report water polluters. Those who are polluting water, we must report them to a municipal corporation or the water bodies that keep track of water pollution. Then we must try to avoid plastic containers, because as long as you are using plastic containers, they are eventually used to get dumped in the water itself, and they cause a lot of havoc. Then we must keep our vehicles from leaking. What does this mean is that we must keep our vehicles properly maintained, so that oil is not spilled anywhere on the roads or even in the water also. Oil, or maybe the fuel that is used to fill up the fuel tank, that also. And last but not the least, plant some trees, because planting trees helps everywhere. Okay, everywhere. So these are some common methods which we can use to stop or terminate. You cannot terminate actually, but you can actually make a difference, make a large difference by doing these things as a group. Second is what is the role of chlorine in real wastewater treatment plant? Now, in the wastewater treatment plant, we have seen that we actually didn't study anything about chlorine, but chlorine is an important ingredient in wastewater treatment plant. Okay, and chlorine is used to destroy disease causing organisms in water. Okay, chlorine is used to destroy. It is like a chemical which destroys the disease causing organism. What's the another name for disease causing microorganisms? I guess it's what's that? What's called disease causing microorganisms? Disease causing. They're called as pathogens. So disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. So chlorine is used to destroy those pathogens, and an essential step in delivering safe drinking water and protecting public health. Okay, so protecting public health, and it destroys pathogens also. It also eliminates slime bacteria, molds, algae that commonly grow in water, and they replenish the oxygen levels inside the water, which due to which fishes die, and since fish die, there is a loss of habitat, which is again another very big topic in itself. Okay, so that's the role of chlorine, to save the water. Okay, and there are other methods of separation also, like separating tea leaves with a strainer. Then there is this butter is taken out by churning milk. Okay, then there is this mixer grinder just grinds it. Then hand picking stones from the grain, hand picking is also there. Then there is this winnowing. Okay, winnowing, this the lady over here stands up a height, and wind is rushing, and she drops out the seeds down below, and all the chaff present in the seeds, it gets blown away because of wind. Then this is winnowing, the same thing that is being done by machine. This is threshing. Threshing means separation of chaff and grains, and there is also a thresher machine for that. So these are some other common examples of separation of substances that you might have studied till date. Yes, so thank you everyone, and have a nice day.